Welcome to Trending Now USA. I'm Bella, and today's headline marks a defining moment for Philippine tennis. Alex Eala breaks into the WTA Top 50, an extraordinary achievement that cements her place among the sport's elite and ignites a new era of hope for Southeast Asian tennis. For years, Filipino tennis fans have watched Alex Eala's steady climb through the ranks with growing anticipation. Now, after a string of strong performances across the WTA circuit, her entry into the top 50 represents more than just a number. It's a validation of discipline, resilience, and belief in the potential of an athlete from a nation where tennis is still developing as a mainstream sport. At only 20 years old, Eala's milestone is a product of calculated dedication. Her rise has been marked by constant improvement, smart scheduling, and impressive wins against seasoned opponents. Her recent performance at several WTA 500 and 1000 events, including quarterfinal runs and a string of upsets against top-seeded players, helped her accumulate the crucial ranking points needed to break into the elite tier. Analysts note that Eala's success has been a long time coming. As a former Grand Slam junior champion, she already had the technical foundation and mental fortitude to compete with the best. Yet, the transition from juniors to the professional circuit is often brutal. Many fade away under the weight of expectations. But Eala, guided by her coaching team and unwavering support from her family, has navigated this transition with rare poise. Her playing style is rooted in balance, blending a powerful baseline game with tactical precision. Unlike many emerging players who rely solely on aggression, Eala's game is marked by adaptability. She can grind from the backcourt, dictate with her forehand, and finish points at the net when needed. Her footwork and anticipation have drawn comparisons to top-tier players known for their all-court versatility. In recent months, she's shown marked improvement in two key areas: her serve and her mental recovery between games. The serve, once considered a liability, has evolved into a reliable weapon capable of producing free points. Her ability to maintain composure during high-pressure moments, especially in tiebreaks, has been another defining feature of her breakthrough season. For Philippine tennis, this achievement holds historical significance. Eala becomes the first Filipino player, male or female, to reach the WTA Top 50. It's a symbolic victory for a country with limited tennis infrastructure, where aspiring players often train abroad to pursue professional careers. Her success has already sparked discussions among local sports federations about increasing funding and creating more grassroots programs to identify young talent. The reaction in the Philippines has been electric. Local sports networks have featured special coverage of her ranking milestone, while social media has been flooded with tributes from fans, celebrities, and political figures. Even those who don't follow tennis closely recognize the broader meaning of her achievement. It's about proving that a Filipino athlete can thrive in one of the world's most competitive individual sports. Eala's journey began at a very young age. Born in 2005 in Quezon City, she picked up a racket at just 4 years old. Her parents, both accomplished athletes in their own right, supported her early interest. Recognizing her potential, they enrolled her in elite tennis academies abroad, most notably the Rafael Nadal Academy in Spain, where she honed her technique and mental approach. Training alongside international talents exposed her to a level of professionalism and competitiveness rarely available in Southeast Asia. From those formative years, Eala developed a strong work ethic. Coaches at the Nadal Academy often highlighted her discipline and focus during training. She was known for spending extra hours fine-tuning her backhand or practicing recovery drills, habits that have become evident in her consistency on tour. Her rise through the rankings wasn't linear. Like many young athletes, Eala faced setbacks, including injuries and early tournament exits. But each challenge appeared to strengthen her resolve. In interviews, she has often credited her resilience to the lessons instilled during her formative years in Spain, particularly the emphasis on patience, process, and professionalism. This season, her consistency across multiple surfaces has been remarkable. While hard courts remain her strongest domain, she has begun to adapt effectively on clay and grass, signaling her readiness for Grand Slam-level competition year-round. Her performance at this year's major tournaments drew praise from commentators, particularly her run at the French Open, where she pushed a top 20 opponent to 3 tight sets, a match that showcased her evolving confidence and endurance. For Eala, the top 50 ranking is not an endpoint, but a beginning. In her post-match interviews, she's expressed a clear desire to break into the top 30 and eventually compete for WTA titles and deep slam runs. Her team has reportedly laid out a schedule emphasizing selective participation in tournaments that maximize her ranking potential while preventing burnout, a strategy increasingly common among rising players who prioritize longevity over quick fame. Off the court, Eala's maturity and communication skills have made her a compelling public figure. She frequently speaks about representing the Philippines with pride and using her platform to inspire young athletes, particularly girls, to pursue tennis seriously. Her bilingual fluency and global exposure have also positioned her as a bridge between Southeast Asian sports culture and the international tennis community. Brand endorsements are beginning to follow. Sports apparel giants, beverage companies, and technology brands have expressed interest in partnerships, seeing in her a symbol of youth, diversity, and global ambition. Yet, despite growing fame, Eala remains notably grounded. In interviews, she often deflects praise toward her team, acknowledging that success in tennis, an individual sport on paper, is, in practice, the result of collective effort. For Filipino sports fans, Eala's success has created a renewed sense of national pride reminiscent of Manny Pacquiao's boxing dominance or Hidilyn Diaz's Olympic gold in weightlifting. Each of these achievements, though in different disciplines, shares a common theme: defying limitations through relentless hard work. Eala's rise now adds tennis to the list of sports where the Philippines has proven its global competitiveness. Sports analysts suggest that her milestone could trigger a ripple effect. The Philippine Tennis Association is reportedly planning to host more international tournaments in Manila and Cebu, leveraging Eala's success to attract sponsors and showcase local talent. Meanwhile, tennis academies across the country have reported increased youth enrollment, young players who now see a path forward where none seemed possible before. In the wider Southeast Asian context, Eala's breakthrough adds momentum to the region's growing tennis presence. Countries like Thailand and Indonesia have produced notable players, but none have consistently reached the heights Eala is now touching. Her rise symbolizes the potential of Asian athletes to succeed without the deep infrastructure and financial backing found in tennis powerhouses like the United States or Europe. Looking ahead, her next goal will likely center on maintaining her top 50 status and pushing further up the rankings. The WTA circuit's competitiveness means she will need to continue refining her game, particularly her serve placement and return aggression against big hitters. However, with the foundation she has built, technical stability, mental composure, and a strong support system, many experts believe she has the tools to achieve sustained success. Her story also raises broader conversations about representation in global tennis. As one of the few Southeast Asian women to reach this level, Eala stands as a symbol of visibility for a region often underrepresented on the professional circuit. She's proving that world-class athletes can emerge from countries with modest tennis traditions, challenging stereotypes and expanding the sport's global reach. Even beyond rankings, Eala's journey embodies perseverance and ambition. Her story has become a case study in how young athletes from developing sports nations can leverage international training, digital exposure, and strategic planning to succeed globally. Coaches and sports administrators in Asia are already citing her model as evidence that success can be engineered through targeted investment rather than chance. As she prepares for upcoming tournaments in the final stretch of the season, her focus remains on steady growth. "I'm proud, but I'm also hungry," she said recently in an interview. "Breaking into the top 50 is special, but I know I still have a lot of work to do." That pragmatic mindset has become one of her defining traits, acknowledging success while never settling. Fans and journalists alike are now watching to see how she performs against higher-ranked opponents. The next tier brings greater expectations, but also bigger opportunities. If she continues her upward trajectory, a top 30 finish by next season is within reach. With the right balance of fitness, strategy, and confidence, she could soon become the first Filipino to win a WTA singles title. In a sport where national representation often drives fan loyalty, Eala's ascent has given Filipinos a new flag to wave on the international stage. Every match she plays now carries not just personal significance, but cultural resonance, a chance to redefine what's possible for athletes from emerging nations. For Trending Now USA, this moment marks more than a sports update. It's a snapshot of history in motion, captured through the lens of determination and excellence. As Eala continues to climb, she carries with her the aspirations of a generation, proof that talent, when nurtured with discipline and belief, can transcend borders. You've been watching Trending Now USA. I'm Bella. Thanks for joining us as we celebrate Eala's incredible milestone and the bright future it promises for Philippine tennis.